Good morning, PA Cyber. My name is Emily Worley, and we are here in Midland on the west side of the state. I'm here to give you all of this week's PA Cyber happenings. For our school news segment, we have the 2025 Midland Martin Luther King Jr. Writing Awards coming up in less than a month. Here's all the details if you're interested in joining this writing contest. We invite students to submit in two categories, middle school and high school. In each category, a winner and runner-up will be selected. The prompt for this year's contest is based on a quote from Dr. King. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. Participants will write about a time when they or a character they create were able to successfully help someone else. They may also answer the question, how do small acts of service lead to great change? Students can submit either poetry or prose for this contest. If you write prose, include whether the entry is fiction or nonfiction. There's a 500-word limit for all entries, and the deadline is February 18th. Middle schoolers can send their submissions to Mrs. Amy Nyholt, and high schoolers can send their submissions to Mrs. Danielle Schlesinger. Let's have a look at some of this week's upcoming events. We have 8 more MLK volunteer events happening this week. Some of the locations include Erie, Wilkes-Barre, Philly, and State College. These events are for all ages and family members too. For grades 8 to 12, we have an Erie Coffee House at our Erie Regional Office tonight the 21st. Family Link is heading to Hickory Falls Family Fun Center on the 22nd in Hanover. On the 24th in Edinboro, they are going snow tubing and skiing on Mount Pleasant. Also on the 24th, 5 of our PA Cyber students are performing in the production of Tink at the Science Hall of Westmoreland Community College. Be sure to attend and cheer them on. And finally, for Teen Scene Tuesdays, we have a virtual escape room event tonight the 21st. You can find all the details and register for these events in Buzz. For this week's Spotlight segment, we are going to highlight aspiring artist C. Neergaard. C has been trying to build a career and reputation in the arts industry with her eyes set on arts education in the future. She spends most of her free time building her technique and skill as a multimedia artist. She has participated in many art contests like the Pride Tag Art Competition for the LGBT Center of Greater Reading. She won the PCS Unity Starts With You calendar design contest, and she also entered her piece Girls into the Across the Spectrum exhibition at Clay on Main in Ole, Pennsylvania. She has built amazing connections with PA Cyber's marketing director, Scott Rutledge, and middle school art club advisor, Mr. Boothby. Outside of school, C recently started a podcast with her friends called The Hobo Chronicles, a Dungeons & Dragons playthrough podcast that you can stream on Spotify. She also is a new member of NHS and spends most of her weekends working at Weaver's Orchard Farm Market. C says, ultimately, my goal is to stretch as far as I can through the bounds of self-expression, to use my soul as my drive to show the fabrics of my being with the artwork I create, big or small. We are always looking for student spotlights. If you have someone who should be featured, fill out the form at spotlights.pacyber.org. Speaking of aspiring artists, for this week's shoutout segment, we have some artwork submitted by Autumn. We also have a shout out to Sophia, who won 3rd place at the beginner category at the 4-H Butler Farm Show. She made the green skirt that's pictured right here. Isn't PA Cyber just filled with the most creative students? You can also give a shout out to a student that we mentioned right here on Good Morning PA Cyber episodes. Email us at goodmorning@pacyber.org. That's all we have for you today. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Good Morning PA Cyber. To be part of our morning show or to share feedback, send a note to goodmorning@pacyber.org. Be sure to follow us on our social media at PA Cyber Charter School and stay active on PA Cyber Connect for more school updates. My name is Emily Worley, and I hope you have a good morning. See you next week.